Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to create seamless carousel like a pro using your mobile phone. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, first of all, we would want to use an app called Pixellab. I guess you're familiar with this app. So we'll need to create a new document like this. This is an empty canvas. So we'll just delete this text. Next, we would go to image size. Now, the ideal size for a carousel design is 1080 rather, and height will be 1350. Okay, so here's the canvas. Now, we want to. Okay, here's the canvas. So we want to create our carousel. Before now, people create carousels in the sense that they use, they multiply the number by the number of carousels they want to create, or maybe by 2 or 3, so that they can create a seamless carousel. But in this case, I discovered that that's a bit stressful, so I want to use only one post to create multiple slides, like 10 slides. So I'm going to show you how I do that seamlessly. First of all, we want to create a background. So if you already know me, my background color is white. Then I also want to create a grid. Now in this grid, by your right, I would make it 194. Okay, maybe 195. Okay, let's make it 194. Then here we'll make it 6, yes. So the way it works is that one side is counting backwards and the other one is counting forward. So we'll make this 6. You'll see that they are the same measurement if you notice. Then here we're going to make here let's give it 5 or 6. 6 is okay. Let's make this the same as the other one. Okay, so we are done with that. Okay, since our color has changed, so let's click on white. Okay, now we have our grid set up for us. The first thing we want to do now is to bring in our image. So we'll go to a gallery. Okay, so I already maxed out an image. If you don't know how to mask an image, there's a website I use. So I'm going to leave it in the description. It's called Pickwish. I'm going to leave the link in the description. It's free of charge. You can go there. It gives you high quality resolution after you've masked it out to download. Unlike remove.bg, yes. So you see now, the idea now is to make this image transition to the next slide. So you will see how I'm going to do that in a little bit. So let's just lock this. Then let's add our text. So click on plus icon here, text, then we just type in how to create carousel design, how to create Instagram carousel. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to change the font. So we want to use a bold font. Let's say Bebas. Alright, so now let's reduce this, then increase the size. We'll still reduce it a little bit. Let's move this over here. Okay, let's increase the size. Okay, 85 is okay. Let's click on that. Then let's reduce the line spacing. Okay. Okay, let's leave it at 30. 30 is okay. Then the next thing we want to do is to align it to the middle. So then we take it gradually to this other side, still maintaining the middle. Then let's use our position tool to make sure it's aligned to the grid. So that's done. The next phase is to change the color to black. Now while we're doing that, we still want to while we're doing that, we still want to change some parts to my other color because I use green. So I would want to make here Instagram carousel. I want to change here to green. So I'll highlight this section, then click on the plus icon, a darker green. Okay, so this will work. This is fine. So the next thing we want to do now is to add some text at the top. So those texts now would keep showing throughout the carousel design. Let's click on text, then let's write something. What's our brand name? You already know. That's Top Notch Creator. Alright, so I just want to use something, let's say I want to use a Montserrat font, something that you can easily do. By the way, if you don't know how to install fonts, I'm going to drop a link to a tutorial in the description so that you can check it out. Okay, so we have aligned that to the left hand side. We want to put something at the right hand side, so let's so we'll move it to the right hand. Okay, so we have that placed. So what we want to do now is just type in swipe. It's more like a call to action, so when people read it, they just have to swipe to the next post. So remember to reduce the size of the position so that you can move it carefully, maybe 1 point at a time, or you can do 10 points if the distance is a bit far, so you can get to the distance you want it to be positioned. But me now, I'm close to the distance I want, which is the line, so I'll reduce it to 1 pixel. Alright, I think I'm okay with that. So what I want to do next is let's see how it looks like on the grid without the grid. Okay, the grid is back on. I just thought of something right now, so let's duplicate this and bring this one down so here it won't look empty. Okay, alright, so let's just change this to something else. Let's say TNC. If you have your logo, you can put your logo here in this case. So just make sure that everything is aligned properly, including this. Okay, I think we're done with that. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it looks amazing. So we'll just let's save this image. So this is our first slide. Now the question you'll be having in your mind is, how are we going to get the next slide, which I'm going to explain. But before that, I know that a lot of people have been asking how I change the color of the clothes. Well, on mobile phone it's a bit difficult in the sense that you have to paint the clothes with your hands, and I don't really know how to do that. So I just created this to help those that want to use their mobile phone to create carousels without painting the clothes. Or I guess there are tutorials. You can use this app called Pixellab. Pixellab can help you do that. Well, let's just add a shadow. I just discovered that I didn't add a shadow to this design, so to the subject. Okay, this shadow. So let's enable shadow. Now we want to reduce the opacity. Let's first of all increase the blur radius. Let's make it subtle. So we just want to reduce it, let it not be. We just want to reduce the intensity of the shadow. I think this is better. Let's reduce it a little bit because I like it to be a bit soft. I don't want the shadow to be hard. Alright, this is okay. So let's save it again. Okay, so let's do the next slide. So all you have to do here now is to take this to the top, lock the rest. So we just need to bring the shape to, change this to a different color. Change this to green. Now use your, let's assume it was here, so let's use the relative position tool. So click here. Okay, now we have the exact point where it should be. Let's be sure of that. Okay, it's at the end of the design. So what we want to do is to select both of this design, then we use the move tool. So we increase the pixels of the position tool, then we move it gradually. Okay, so we are approaching the end, so we have to reduce the pixel to 1 so that we can get an accurate size. Okay, so the idea is to move it to the extreme end so you don't have to see the green box again. So what we want to do now is to hide this box. Then let's save it to be sure if it works. So save as. Alright, let's check our file manager. Okay, this was the first one I did, so let me just delete that. Alright, so as you can see, we have a good transition. So this is a seamless carousel, but I won't just end there because you have a lot of questions. So let me just create multiple pages so you see how it looks like. So I'm going to delete this, then change the text. Okay, so let's just delete this one since we've gotten the place we want. So we'll just hide this, then we'll bring another text, or better still, let's just copy. So we can copy this. So let's increase the size. I think 35 is okay. So what are we going to write here? Let's just say this is, sorry about that. Alright, let's reduce this a little. I want to take it to the side. Remember, always align your work. Okay, so let me make this capital letter. Then I want to take this down. Alright, I think we have something. So let's just move this a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna lock this. Now, okay, let me duplicate this. Okay, just want to write, don't forget to save this post. Okay, let's just change the color to black. Or let's see green, how it looks like. Let's put it in the middle. So you're free to do yours in your own style, but just take this as a guide on what to do. So let's move this downwards. Okay, we have that. But I just want to add one more text. Which is don't forget. Okay, let's use a script font for this. I think Billy Ashley, yeah, would work. So increase the size. Okay. Okay. Just move it down a little bit. Then increase the... Okay, let's just make it bold. Okay, let's just leave it this way. I think making it bold is... Let's leave it this way. Okay, so we have this. Let's save the work. Okay, let's do the next phase. So all we just do is we can lock this now or probably delete it. Or for those that want to use this as their template, you don't need to delete it, just leave it that way so you can maybe replace it when else you're designing. We'll just put this off. Always remember to lock your designs. We're going to duplicate this though. So copy. Now turn on your grid. So we want to make sure that here is aligned to both grids. Since it's going to remain constant if you're using it as your template, so from time to time yours is just to change the text. You don't have to be creating your carousels over and over again. So if you create a template, you can keep using that template. Alright. Okay, let's just change this text. Okay, in the meantime, let's just copy a text from here, the quote section. Copy. Okay, so we have a text. Okay, so let's log this. Now we just want to duplicate again, then maybe off this. Now because of the way we set the grid, each time we just copy and paste, we can easily set it to the exact size. Okay, so that all the content will flow in the same direction and they will all be aligned properly. So the next thing we want to do now, let's save this. Save as image. Okay, so I want to assume that I want to do like probably 10. So you repeat the same process. Just copy this. Then relative space, move it to the middle, turn off the previous one, change this text. You can change this text, lock it, then change the text. So for the sake of clarity, let me just copy and do that text. Alright, so let's just edit it, highlight everything, paste. Alright, so just always align it so that it will be in the middle and also at the center. So you save this one. So let's just do the final page, which is the one at the back, or the last slide rather. Let's make the last slide. So in this case now we want to turn off this and probably turn off the swipe because nobody wants to be swiping. Then let's just duplicate this. Okay, so this middle section, depending on you, I just want mine to be in the middle. So this is my logo. Then I'll draw a shape, circled, precise. Then I'll change the color. Alright, so move the position. I think I should reduce the size. Just want something. Alright, it's in the middle. What I'll do next is to add another text, but in the meantime, let me just duplicate this. Remember to always lock your designs in each layer. So we're going to duplicate this. Change it to black. So let's just start. Alright, so let me just add a question mark. Okay, so we want to extend this. Remember, alignment is very, very important in your design. So let's just do this. Okay, I think we are safe here. Alright, let's position it at the top. Okay. Then let's take this at the top too. Okay, let's take this to the top. Alright, so we want to go back and duplicate the heading that we used previously. So, alright, I just want to change this. Follow for more tips. Okay, let's just change this to black. Make this bold. Then align this to the center. Then we use the relative position tool to the middle. Use our position tool to move it downwards. I think this is fine. Then we just want to add. We just want to add an icon to make this interesting. Okay, so we'll just pick this. So let's just reduce this a little bit. Alright, take it to the middle, then change the color to our default color, which is green, and probably let's just move it a little bit. Alright, I think this is okay. Let's just add our image. Okay, I think I'll delete this. I don't like how it's positioned. Let's leave this one open. Okay, let's leave it that way. Or better, let's take the logo off. Let's just take it off. So let's push this upwards. Okay, let's add an image. So click on the circle, click on texture. So let me do that again. So click on texture, select the image, so I've seen this. Okay, let's just leave it this way then. Okay. Are you sure we said? Okay, we're supposed to, yeah, sorry about that. Let's change the color of the circle back to, let's turn it off. Okay, so you see now it's displaying. So let's add a stroke. So increase the width of the stroke and okay. Like this is okay, so let's just save it, save as image. Alright, let's check our design. Okay, so you see how to create Instagram carousel like a pro. Swipe. Can you see this? Can you see how simple it is? Look how seamless it looks. So you too can create seamless carousels like this with one slide. You don't need to create multiple slides and start breaking it. As you can see here, I just have to rename the files and start posting on Instagram. So they are all single files, but they are done seamlessly. So that's how I create carousel design on mobile phone. So you can replicate yours and let's see how it looks like. If you still want to learn how to create carousels on Photoshop, then watch the video that will pop up on the screen right now. Thank you for watching this video.